everybody, thank you for joining me. This is your weekly horoscope. It's really nice to be with you today. And I have had a really in-depth look at what's coming up this week. So I'm really excited to be doing this report because the energy is much more positive and it's really nice to be able to work with energy like this. So if you've already watched your monthly forecast for your sign of the zodiac for July, so for instance Aries or Sagittarius or Pisces, you'll know that the energy is going to be much easier, that you'll have fewer challenges to work with, and that you'll be far less frustrated in July than you were in June. I've also done a monthly tarot reading on this, and that reading has really echoed that sentiment. And what came out in that monthly tarot reading was that all you really need to do in July is get out of your own way a little bit, allow the positive energy and the power of the universe to flow through you, and you'll see that you naturally implement actions and changes that you feel guided to make. And because of those actions, life gets much more positive and it kind of flourishes and blossoms very easily. So it's a really, really good time. A lot of this is because of the personal planet Mars. It was in retrograde in May and in June, and Mars is the planet of war and desire and taking personal action. Okay, so when that is in retrograde and it appears to be going backwards, life and the energy can be very stifled, and it can feel like you put a lot of effort into things, but you don't actually get a lot out. It's kind of like you get very diminished returns on your efforts. Now, that is done with, and the good news is that Mars is not going to retrograde again in 2016. It's going to stay direct now for the rest of the year, and none of the other personal planets are in retrograde now either. July and August, both of those months are really, really nice because none of the personal planets, Mercury, Venus, or Mars, are doing anything except zooming along nicely. And before I even look at anything else, that means that fundamentally these 2 months that we've got coming up now are very, very good at creating practical action, putting new things in place and building something. So, if you want to start a new business, or you want to commit to a new relationship, or you want to buy a property, you really have to engage with the real world and you have to put action in, and then you hope that the real world will kind of treat you well in return, and that things will cooperate with your will and that things work out. And July and August really see that happening, and there's great potential for you to build new structures in your world. Now, by the way, this forecast is for the week of Monday the 4th of July through until Sunday the 10th of July. And unlike the monthly videos, which are for each sign of the zodiac, this is really an astrological weather report where I look at the heavenly energy and how that impacts all of us living on planet Earth. Okay, so on Monday the 4th of July, it's Independence Day in America, so happy birthday America. And I actually did a bit of research on this, and the USA was founded in 1776, so this isn't just any birthday, it's the 240th birthday, so it's a big deal. And when the USA was formed, the sun was in Cancer. Today the sun is in Cancer as well, but not only that, at 11:02 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, the new moon occurs. So the new moon is when the moon and the sun, they conjunct, and when the moon is totally black and it pulls new energy in. It's pulling in Cancer energy to start its new 28-day cycle. And what America can expect for the next year, so from the 4th of July 2016 through until the 4th of July 2017, is lots of new things coming into its life, if it had a life. Now, you may be watching this and thinking, okay, well, that's not some great insight. We all know that there's an election coming up in 2016. Yes, absolutely. But with this new Cancer energy being pulled in, I really think this is going to be a year in the life of America, the USA, that feels very nurturing and family-oriented and very loving and connected with its true feelings. So I see this as a very positive sign for the year to come. Now, on this day as well, as I said, the new moon happens early in the morning based on Greenwich Mean Time. If you're in America, that's a few hours ahead of you. If you're in Australia, that's a few hours behind you. but the moon on this day forms relationships with a great deal of other planets here on this day. Now, what that means is that it's a great day for connection. It's a great day to reach out to other people. It's really a nice time to plan something with people in your life, whether that's family members or whether it's romantic relationships. It's a very good day to combine you with the other, to come together and to have a very positive emotional experience on this day. Now, moving on to the 5th of July, Tuesday, we've got the moon moving into Leo at 4:29 in the afternoon. But in terms of social things, this is the day also when Ramadan ends. So for anyone celebrating Eid on this day, I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you enjoy your feast and really celebrate. But with the moon going into Leo, the moon in this sign, it really loves excitement and drama and real kind of fire in its life. Okay, so the moon not only is in Leo on this day, but it forms a positive, harmonious relationship with Mars, the planet of desire and war. It also has friction going on with Uranus in Aries, which is all about me, what I want to do things differently. Past memories, past painful situations may also be up in the atmosphere, and Mercury focuses on the past and even past life things on this day. So, yes, we've got this real holiday in the Muslim world, but in terms of the astrology, we've got a lot of emotion in the air, in the atmosphere, and it's kind of borderline angry. It's borderline super intense and, yes, exciting and celebratory, but there's this undercurrent of frustration and past life memories and dissatisfaction going through that. So this isn't the day to really wind people up or to create some great social experiment or to play pranks on people. Yes, it is a good positive energy, but there is this undercurrent, and if you really kind of shock people into becoming angry, or if you do things to deliberately wind them up, that's not going to go down well, okay? So really just be aware of that on Tuesday, that it's important to treat people kindly if you don't want things to kind of blow up in your face a little bit, okay? Now, moving on into the week, we've got a really, and I told you I had positive news to give you, so here it is. At the beginning of July, from the 1st of July to the 11th, we've got Venus, the archetypal female principle, the goddess of love and beauty. She forms a trine relationship with Mars, archetypal male principle, war, desire, sex, and they combine to really form this wonderful 11-day period of love and romance and real passion being in the air. So on Tuesday, you saw a little bit of that, like real passion and fire, but with an undercurrent. It becomes less complicated now on Wednesday, the 6th of July, and it becomes much more focused on good, positive romantic relationships. So these two form a trine relationship, so they're apart from each other, but they both move at different speeds in the chart, okay? On the 6th and 7th is when they're closest to each other via the angles, okay? This is when the 11-day relationship is at its most powerful. So on Wednesday, you've got these two kind of doing this tango up in the sky. So it's a great day for sex and romance and passion and to really spend that time with someone you care about. But we've also got other things going on behind the scenes, although this is the most powerful. So what we've got is now this moon still in Leo here. That connects with energy which is urging you to move forward. Then we've also got a desire to really overcome past disappointments and to make amends for the things in the past that have not served you and that you've not enjoyed. So for example, this could look like, okay, I had a relationship where I was always doing everything and I was unappreciated. I'm now with someone new. I really want to do something fun and really see how that is returned to me and really have a good time with it. So there's potential, or you will feel the desire to make up for past disappointments with what you've got in your life now. Again, look out that doesn't disappoint you in the here and now, although it's very unlikely to do that. We do have real strength of emotion as well, and a desire to connect with another person, not just physically and in terms of the body, but also on an emotional, spiritual level. And I don't think you're doing that from a place of pain or hurt. I think you're doing that from a genuine place of, I want to, really intensely be with someone else and share myself with another person. So if you are in a relationship, okay, and you want to make plans for dinner or just a quiet evening where the two of you are spending time together, Wednesday night is it. It's superb for that. The only other thing here we've got is the Sun in Cancer connecting with Mercury in Cancer. And that's interesting because that is what is called a superior conjunction in astrology. So you've got planet Earth here, then you've got the Sun in front of it, and Mercury coming together with the Sun. But as far as we're concerned here on planet Earth, Mercury moves nearer the Sun but behind the Sun. So all we can see is the Sun, and Mercury is hidden behind it. And what that does is it gives you a wonderful objective perspective on your life. So it's a day of halves. It's a day of two things. This great sexy energy that causes you to really want to connect with another person, and this very abstract, distant kind of energy of stepping back from your own life, looking at it very objectively and very neutrally, and saying, okay, this is what I've got. So you've got a choice here. You can either focus on both or split your day, or one or the other. But it is a really good time to take inventory, to take stock of what is going on in your own life, and to make future plans and decisions around it. Moving on, for most of the next day, Thursday, we've got the Sun still in Leo, but in the evening at 10:42 at night, the Moon changes into Virgo. Okay, so when it's in Leo, it likes drama and passion and excitement. So look out for that from Tuesday, Wednesday, and most of Thursday. But when it's in Virgo, it's about detail and it's about discrimination. Not discrimination in terms of being prejudiced, but discriminating in terms of, these are the facts, this is how I'm breaking them down, and this is how I make decisions. And that's really how the mood now is changing. So you become far less interested in the passionate, emotional side of things, and you start to focus more on the factual, real life, practical aspects of your life. On this day, we also have the Sun in Cancer opposing Pluto and Capricorn, and what this does is it really sets you up to potentially get into a real power struggle with people in authority. And I think there may be a sense of, oh, who are they to tell me what I should do? And there's a real sense of uprising and rebellion against taking instructions, taking orders. Be aware of that because, yes, emotions are still really flying high. You do have an emotional response to the status quo and what it's telling you in your life. And there's a real sense of, I do not want to be diminished. I want to be acknowledged for my talents, my fire, my gifts, my abilities. And if anyone doesn't appreciate you and they are in a position of authority, be aware that you could react somewhat in a wounded way and that you could not appreciate that kind of thing very much. Again, past disappointments and past situations where you were unappreciated and where you were hurt, they will be at the forefront of your mind. You will see that, and that will cause you to be triggered even more in the here and now. So watch out for this day, because the discernment and the detail and the factual decision making of Virgo doesn't support you until the end of the day. So you're this great lion rolling around for most of the day, and woe unto anyone who kind of disapproves of you or doesn't appreciate your true gifts and nature, because there's potential to react angrily. Watch out for that. Now, moving on into Friday, we've got great love and care and affection for other people, great care and love and affection for the past. We've also got an alignment of how you feel and what your actual life is. So I think this is a day of great contentment for you, where you feel at peace with your life. You will also consider what you're doing in future in your practical life with your practical circumstances, and how you can go about achieving your own hopes and dreams in life. And you will consider whether the powers that be, whether these authority figures that are in your life, whether they're actually helpful in, or whether they give you the potential to help you get there. So around Thursday and Friday, you may make some decisions about your work, your career, and whether it's something that's suitable to get you where you want to go. At the same time, you do have this great focus on solving your problems, but you may extend that into looking at other people's problems and wanting to extend yourself to help them solve their problems. That's your choice, really, but you really are in a very good position to see things clearly, to sort things out. And if you want to do that for yourself and for other people, then by all means go and do that, but you'll have a lot of that energy. Moving forward now, the next day we've got, again, as I said, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's very discerning, very detail oriented. You will focus on what your working situation, what good points there are, what bad points there are. You will focus on, is this allowing me to support other people in my life? So the considerations are, does it give me an income that allows me to provide for my family? Or is the work paying me, yes, but doing something that really goes against my beliefs and values? That said, though, I really think you're going to be in a place of contentment, and your feelings are going to be very much aligned with your practical reality. And it's a great day to kind of tweak your circumstances a little bit and shift them around so you're in a place in your life where you feel very content. You know, if you're in a job that is 90% good and there's 10% of things that bother you about it, on this day, on Saturday, you're either not going to be focusing on the 10% so much, or you're going to be feeling optimistic about making small changes which will reduce those 10% to 5%. So it's a really good day, and it's a great Friday, Saturday to really make practical changes in your life that'll make you feel more comfortable and at ease with your life. And the physical side of things, the passion, the desire, that hasn't gone away yet. Remember, we've still got Mars and Venus trining until the 11th of July. It's not as strong as it was on the 6th and 7th, but it's still very good. So remember to connect with romantic partners, or if you're single and you want to be with someone, that this is a good time to meet other people and to go out there and try and, you know, get some I almost said business, but get some interest going in who you are and to connect with other people. We've also got the desire, and this is kind of ongoing here, to make up for past disappointments, to speak with your heart on your sleeve, to really communicate emotionally, and to achieve your hopes and dreams. So a lot on your plate on Saturday, okay? A lot on your plate on this weekend, and really feeling energized and enthusiastic about getting things realized in your actual life. You know, the visions, the dreams that you've got up here, putting them into something concrete in your actual life. Now, ending the week here on Sunday the 10th, the moon goes into Libra at 4:53 a.m. GMT. And when the moon's in Libra, there's a much greater ease and a focus with your personal relationships and your partnerships. So at the same time, we've got the sun still in Cancer here, sextiling Jupiter. So you still do have a very practical streak about you on this weekend. And it's a good day to plan doing something with family members, to plan days out, or to plan a dinner, or to do something that you'll all enjoy as a family. You'll really be able to pick the right thing that everyone will like and everyone will enjoy. Mercury is in Cancer still, trining Mars in Scorpio. So yes, you do want to communicate with your heart on your sleeve, but there's also great passion behind that. And if you do open up emotionally, you'll get a positive response from your loved ones or your romantic partner or your other half or whoever you want to become closer with. There's a great potential for two separate parties to come together and to connect. And finally, we've got this Libra moon connecting with Saturn in Sagittarius. And the question, where do I want my relationships to go? How do I want this relationship to progress? How do I see this happening and turning out in future? That'll be in your mind as well. So think about that. You're in a really good place to take practical action, to commit to another person, to say, this is how I feel, this is what I want us to do in future, move in, get married, whatever. It's a really nice day of the feelings, evenly matching your real life and how you can bring those together and marry them up. So this is really good for all of you lovebirds out there who are wanting to create some structure and solidity in your romantic relationships. Really, really good. Okay, so it's got a nice kind of um, a vibe to it that's a lot about building foundations and putting things in place. So I hope that gives you something to go on. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. We can look at work, life purpose, love, romance, spirituality, family, anything that you need some help with. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab and you can order your reading with me there. I do live tarot readings on Facebook, so check that out, facebook.com/gregoryscott444. And please subscribe to this channel. Please, 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 I'd really appreciate it. So I hope you have a wonderful week ahead, and I will be with you for the daily tarot reading. Check out your monthly horoscopes for your sign of the zodiac, and I will speak to you soon.